All right, so in any good noir story, time is never on your side, right? Well, today we're going to tear apart the plot of Detective Atlas Hawke, 48-hour countdown to death. And believe me, this is a story where every single second is life or death.
And this quote right here from our guy Atlas Hawke, it's basically the whole story in a nutshell. We're not just talking about solving some case. Oh no, this is an absolutely brutal, unforgiving race against the clock.
And that race, it kicks off with this, a digital clock, starting a dramatic countdown from exactly 48 hours. And let me tell you, that clock isn't just a deadline. It is the literal ticking heart of this entire thriller. So, where do we start? Picture this, the sticky, neon-drenched streets of Miami. It's super early, like 6 a.m., when Private Detective Atlas Hawke gets this panicked call from a Senator Miguel Rodriguez, and the news is bad. His daughter? She's vanished. And right off the bat, the stakes are just insane. We've got Isabella Rodriguez, only 19, snatched from her locked bedroom inside a secure mansion. How does that even happen? The demands are wild, $10 million, and the senator has to kill a major investigation into military contract fraud. And of course, they only have 48 hours to make it all happen. Okay, so these are our main players. And you can already see it, right? They're all caught up in this messy web of family secrets and political sleaze. And there's Atlas Hawke, stuck right in the middle, trying to figure out who's lying, between a desperate senator, his seemingly innocent daughter, and this mysterious, disgraced uncle, James.
So, the investigation gets moving, and pretty quickly it points to a really shocking suspect. The senator listens to the ransom video, and he's like, that voice. I know that voice. And who does he name? His own brother, James.
And bam, suddenly we have a motive. This isn't just about money. Not really. This is personal, a full-on family vendetta. You've got Senator Rodriguez, the big anti-corruption guy, claiming he had to let his brother get kicked out of the army for taking kickbacks. But then you have James, the disgraced captain, who swears his brother threw him under the bus to cover up something way, way bigger. We're only 12 hours in. That clock is just ticking down, 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 and then the whole case just takes this insane left turn that changes everything. And I mean everything. All right, let's get to the first huge twist, because what seems like a simple kidnapping, it's about to get a whole lot more complicated. So Hawke gets this nagging feeling about that first ransom video. He remembers Isabella looked right at the camera, said his name, and then said something about family secrets. And it clicks. That wasn't a threat. That was a clue. She was sending him a message. And the truth? It's a bombshell. The kidnapping was completely staged. Isabella wasn't a victim. She was in on it the whole time. A collaborator working with her uncle James. So why would she do this? Well, this goes way beyond just family squabbles. Isabella found out that her own father was part of this huge, dirty corruption network. We're talking defective military gear, which got soldiers killed. So she volunteered for this insane plan, not just to clear her uncle's name, but to expose her dad and bring the whole rotten system down. Okay, so now that we know Isabella's in on it, her uncle James decides to kick things up a notch, a big notch. He's not hiding in the shadows anymore. No, he's about to turn this whole thing into a public spectacle. Get this. He starts broadcasting a live, mock military tribunal online. He basically turns a warehouse into a courtroom and puts his brother, the senator, on trial for treason for the entire world to see. And his star witness? His kidnapped niece, Isabella. So just look at how fast this thing is spiraling. We go from a private kidnapping to a global media circus in just 36 hours. And it all leads to this terrifying ultimatum from James. The senator has to surrender, or he'll execute Isabella on a live stream. The stakes just went through the roof. But just when you think you've got it all figured out, nope. There's another layer to this onion. Hawke realizes that James, the guy who seems to be running the whole show, he's not the mastermind. He's just another pawn in a much bigger game. The whole plan gets hijacked. The ex-military guys James was working with, they turn on him. They grab Isabella, and this time it's for real. Turns out their real boss is a military contractor, David Chen, and he doesn't care about justice. His plan is simple. Eliminate all the witnesses, James, Isabella, even the senator, and bury this whole conspiracy forever. So you see how this thing just snowballed, right? It starts as a staged kidnapping to expose some corruption. Then it becomes this public trial to force a confession. But then James gets betrayed, and now it's a witness elimination plot. The whole thing has become a race to stop a massacre run by the very people they were trying to expose.
And that, my friends, brings us to the final explosive act. James is now a target too, so Hawke has to team up with a military intelligence officer. The new mission? Forget the tribunal. Now it's a rescue mission against a team of military pros. The whole thing culminates in a massive firefight inside a fortified warehouse. It's absolute chaos. Hawke and this Colonel Sterling are fighting their way through a squad of trained killers to get to Isabella, James, and the one piece of evidence that can blow this whole thing wide open, a single flash drive.
After all the betrayals, all the conspiracies, all the twists and turns, it all comes down to this: the final, heart-stopping seconds on that countdown clock.
48 hours. That's all you get. It's the brutal reality of their world. Time, like Hawke said from the very beginning, is the one enemy that you can never, ever beat.
So the clock hits 0. The immediate danger is over. But that just leaves us with the real question, doesn't it? Can one detective and a single flash drive actually take down a billion-dollar conspiracy? The 48-hour countdown might be finished, but you get the feeling the real hunt has only just begun.